Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yolanda, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about being a freshman in high school and starting sports. So I wish there was a video out there that I could have watched for this. For the most part, most videos I see just like tips about actually going to high school, like the whole academic side and just like going to the building. But I think this part is just like, this video is going to be mainly about just being a freshman on a sports team, like some type of athletic team or maybe even clubs. I don't know about clubs, but for the most part athletic team, because that's what I did, because I wasn't able to do any clubs freshman year, because usually they say you have to be sophomore and above. But either way, before you get started, make sure you see here's your make sure to subscribe down below, and remember, just go on to this video. Okay, so a little bit of background behind my experience though. So I run cross country and I did track, right? And so honestly, if I'm being 100 with you guys, I don't remember much that happened, but being a sophomore last year, especially just like looking at the freshmen and everything like that, it made me realize like, wow, like I have learned so much. And you know, it was almost like, how do they compare it to, like dream it a little bit. I know it happened, but it's like high school's gone by so fast. Like I'm literally about to be a junior that I don't really remember much from freshman year, but I do remember I remember much, but at the same time I don't. But I'm gonna help you guys here, and so that you can have a successful season this coming freshman year for you guys, for high schoolers though. Okay, so I'd say the first thing to really know is that like you need to like stay in your place a little bit, like that. Like you're a freshman and it's in a way kind of offensive to like people that have been on the team longer. You know, this way is the right way when clearly you haven't been on the team for a full month and all. And I remember sometimes like I was so sure of things that my previous coaches had told me in middle school, so I was like, no, that's the way you're supposed to do. Like I remember, for one example, it was about wearing sweats, and I remember my middle school coach, he was like, oh, you should wear them even if it's hot to protect your body or whatever. So then I remember in high school I was just like telling my coach about it. He was like, no, that's bull. And I was like, what? And he was like, no, that's the middle school stuff. In high school you just take it off. If you're hot, you're hot. Don't, like, you need energy, and by wearing more layers, like, you're literally gonna kill yourself basically. And so at first I wore it, and I remember I did this in cross country season 2, and I wore it and everybody would be wearing shorts and everything like that, and I thought I was for that. But honestly, like, I was just sitting there looking dumb. Now, unless there's some scientific reasoning behind it, and I tried looking up some stuff during that time, I couldn't find anything. Maybe there's new stuff now, but just little things like that. Maybe even with paces too, I struggled with this, going too fast and doing too much freshman season and all that. And if I just listened to older people who knew more and who've been accustomed to this mileage more, than like maybe I could have had like better success in a way, because a lot of things that happened freshman year I'm not really proud of. But yeah, just knowing that, like, and just, okay, I feel like the whole point of that, not being like really put in your place, know your place, but at the same time I guess just being open to other ideas is a really important part in order to like ensure success this season. I'd say second thing is knowing your limits and not doing too much, especially too fast. Especially as a runner, I know for my sport, if you do too much, you'll get burned out before the actual season even starts. I feel like that could probably be applied to all sports. You can become injured easily, you can get shin splits, runner's knee, all this type of stuff. And like, I know you want to get better and you want to run up there and maybe even make varsity as the freshman, but you have to wait your turn. It's a journey. You can't get it in one day. And even if you are fast, like I remember I had my friend, she was a freshman, right, and she was up there running varsity. But the thing is like my coach still gave her training that was below us, because she's just a freshman. Like if you gave her all this mileage then by the time she's a senior, like she's probably gonna be burned out or like maybe injured. I know this one team that like trained really hard, all of their freshmen and freshmen and freshmen and sophomores, and they'd be so good. And by the time they're seniors, maybe even track season or junior season, they were all injured. The whole team was literally taped up. I wish I was joking, but it was true. Like, it was just that bad. And that's what I'm saying, just like, it's a progression. Like, you shouldn't be racing workouts and all that, or even just any training. Like, it's too early on, and unless it's like a dedicated time trial or scrimmage, you should train to at least get the stuff in. And maybe as the months progress, then okay, then yeah, you can go a little bit faster and all that, but don't do too much too soon. And then in season, when the season actually starts, when there's races and games and all that, that's when I guess then you can like give your all and like beat the competition, because you're not supposed to beat your team, you're supposed to beat the competition from other teams so that you guys can win as a team, you know. Okay, either way, so my next tip would definitely be find a running buddy or just an athletic buddy, whatever sport you are, like a basketball buddy, a soccer buddy, just somebody to keep you accountable. I think it's really important to have one, and I am so grateful that I did have somebody my freshman year, and we ran together like literally all the time, right? And eventually I got faster than her, but then I found somebody else, which happened to be my best friend. Sadly, they're senior, but even now I found somebody else new, and our friendship is like really strong on this, and like we're pretty close to each other. Like, honestly, I don't know who else I'd want to run with. Like, we keep each other accountable. Like, we go to the weight room together during track season. We run together on days we don't have practice. I make sure she stretches. We go out with our little friend group. Like, it's really fun, and to have somebody makes it really so much easier, because on days where it's hard to get out of my bed or when I'm just going through stuff, it's always nice to have somebody like who will like always be there for me, and like I could be there for them too when they need me, or just like even in the good moments too, just to have. And I'm honestly just so grateful for her. And she was a freshman last year, so I was able to help her give a lot of advice, and like I'm really good at pacing, and she's kind of not really. I tell her this all the time, so I'm not talking behind her back. And so, like, you know, it works out. You know, I get the paces. She is really good at making sure we get all our time for that day, and you know, we're just like yin and yang, peanut butter and jelly, chicken nuggets and barbecue sauce. Like, we just work really well together. We are a really great duo, and yeah, I just think it's really important to have somebody, just like not even just in sports or whatever, but just like in general, like having somebody there for you, just like some type of partner, is really helpful to get through most of life. And so, yeah. Okay, another thing I would say is definitely developing some kind of relationship with your coach, or at least assistant coach, just somebody, because like, I think it's like really essential. Like, I'm grateful that like my coach was young. Like, he was about 29-30 years old when I had first met him, and so like he's really, I guess in a way, and he even mentions himself, and like we as a team like agree, like he's really good with like people around our age, and just like clicking and connecting, and just like, you know, it's like a lot of them are best friends literally with my coach essentially. And even after he left our team, like they still talk to him still, which is, I think, is a really cool thing. And so I think my point here is basically just like, you know, it's always good to have the connection, because like once again, like if you're like ever going through something, just like he's really good to talk to. And just like even with the running aspect, it's just like he gives really good running advice, and he's really good at training plans, and so he's a really good coach. Like, I feel like it's really good to be like, even with teachers at school, like it's good to have relationships with them, because like platonic relationships with them. And like, because the thing is just like when things get hard, like it's good having trusted adults where you can come to them, and like especially with sports, somebody who could give you good advice, whatever you're going through, whether it be like you're going through injuries, or like you're having trouble, like, oh, how can I get faster, or just like things that can, just really anything. It's just always nice to have that coach. And even though he left us, we have that good relationship with him, that like we can still come talk to him even if they were going through anything else, you know, even though he's coaching another team, like there's some limits now. We can't like ask him like, oh, can you make me a training plan now? But for the most part, like he's still there for us, and he's still like an open book and will help guide us, because he played a really huge role in our lives. And knowing him freshman and sophomore year, like I really definitely got close, and like he really pushed me to be a better version of myself, and I'm so grateful for him. Also, just like my little friend, accountability partner, like I'm so grateful for her, and my coach, and a lot of my teammates too. They've really like helped me like a lot. And I say for the last one, number 5, I think it's number 5. If it's not, I'll probably add another clip in. Just have fun. This is literally your freshman year. For the most part, like I was literally stressed out about, one thing I was really mainly stressed about was paces and getting all my time for that day. Some days I'd get more mileage and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't go anymore. And he's like, no, it's okay. It's just literally like one more hill repeat, whatever. Like it's okay if you get a little bit over time. Or even like I'd be going fast, and then like I'd be wondering, why am I so tired, and like why am I not doing the best at races. And just like little things like that, like I was too caught up in the sport. Like at the same time, like it's good to be concerned about it, but like I was like overly obsessed with it. And I feel like there's like a fine line where it's just like I have to remember like my why I started and why I love it. And as much as like I want to reach my goals and everything like that, I still has to be fun for me, and I can't keep stressing myself over things that like are out of my control. Like, okay, I didn't make times I wanted to make, I didn't make varsity my freshman year, but it's okay. It's only literally my first year and I have time to improve, and I did improve. The next following year I ran 1955 for my 5K. In freshman year I ran like a 21:30ish, and then I remember I was 6-minute miler in freshman year, and now I'm a 5-minute miler, like 5:30ish, 21, I think so. And even the 800, like I had gotten, for the half mile I'd gotten 2:45ish, to something like that, and now I run 2:18 as a sophomore, and who knows I'm gonna grow in the future. Like it's gonna be up here, we're manifesting it now. But other than that though, like I just really hope you have a really good season, and you know, I wish you guys all the best. And yeah, peace is already out.